Right now, the tragic details surrounding a Middleton homicide case Sunday night now being described as a murder-suicide involving 2 young children.
Also, the latest from police in northeastern Wisconsin after an Amber Alert was issued for a missing 3-year-old boy.
And what a new bill signed this week guaranteeing admission for certain applicants to UW schools means for students across Wisconsin. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Breaking right now at 5, a vigil in Middleton has now been moved to Saturday after a murder-suicide that rocked the community.
News 3 Now has team coverage of the incident. Our Catherine Merck has new details from police, and Arman Rahman has more information on that vigil being rescheduled. Let's start with Catherine on what police are saying happened here. Catherine?
Susan and Eric, this is the scene outside of the place where a 34-year-old woman shot 2 of her children, injured her husband, and then died by suicide. I spoke with a neighbor who lives nearby who told me the evening created a storm of emotions for the community. There's only a slight breeze which moves the balloons on this Middleton home. It's part of a small memorial placed there to remember a whirlwind of a Sunday night.
Police were everywhere. They had their bulletproof vests and shields and long guns and all that.
Middleton police say a woman opened fire on her family that night, killing her 8-year-old daughter, 5-year-old son, and injuring the children's father before she died by suicide using the same gun.
Yeah, I came home in the middle of it. Actually, they had the whole neighborhood blocked off, and they let me in because I live here, and I had to get my daughter to bed.
For neighbors like Nicholas Life Winstrom, the event showered him with emotions he didn't want to confront.
I mean, I've got a 10-year-old, so, to be honest, I try not to think about it because it's rough.
As people gather to remember the children who were killed, this neighbor hopes these conditions show their community what's important.
Just keep your head up, hug your loved ones. Every day isn't promised, life's short. As we told you earlier, the vigil that was planned for this evening has been moved. Our Arman Rahman joins us now live, also at the scene tonight, to tell us when the community is going to gather to honor the people who were lost. Arman.
Well, Catherine, like you said, the vigil was supposed to be tonight here at 5:30 somewhere in the neighborhood, but that was actually rescheduled to Saturday. And it's clear that the loss of these 2 children had a tremendous impact on the entire city of Middleton, because organizers say it was moved to Saturday in order to accompany the incredible outpouring of support and interest that they received. Now, here's the information for that vigil Saturday evening at 6:30 at the nearby Lakeview Park on Allen Boulevard. And according to city officials, the decision to reschedule was, quote, made with careful consideration for the comfort and convenience of all participants to ensure the vigil can be executed with the dignity and respect that it deserves. Now, again, even though that vigil was rescheduled, there may still be people coming tonight to pay their respects to the 3 people that were lost in this incident. And I'll be here to understand just how the community is grieving and have more on this later tonight. For now, live in Middleton, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
Arman, thank you. Now let's turn to weather. Just less than a week ago, we actually saw snowfall. Today, very different all across southern Wisconsin.
Yeah, we were flirting with 60 degrees today, and tomorrow it's going to be very similar with temperatures in the upper 50s. With more on our latest warm-up, let's head out to the weather patio. A look at your certified most accurate forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Susan, another unseasonably mild day today in a month that has had mild weather almost every single day. Let's start out by taking a look at visible cloud track. We've had sunshine for much of the day, but now clouds are starting to stream in from the west, and that'll just keep temperatures up overnight. Doppler track, a few sprinkles across parts of central Iowa. Most of those will stay to our south. Low temperatures this morning. You can tell where there was cloud cover because Madison only dropped to 40 degrees, Janesville 41, Monroe 41, whereas up to the north, skies cleared out and it dropped to 20 in Camp Douglas and 18 in Black River Falls. High temperature, Madison, 60 degrees, only 2 degrees from the record high set back in 2017. Janesville, near 60. It was 60 in Lone Rock and also in Boscobel, our usual warm spots. And right now, temperatures are still well into the 50s. 55 Madison, 54 Janesville. Temperatures in the 50s up in the Dells, 56 in Middleton. Here in Dane County, we've got 55 in Deerfield and 53 in the town of Perry. Look for skies to be mostly cloudy this evening. Temperatures dropping to around 40 degrees by 10 p.m. Later on, I'll take a look at the possibility of breaking some records as we head into next week.
Gary, thanks. And today, plenty of people were out enjoying this nice spring-like weather. It's only February, but many Wisconsinites were out and about just taking it all in. And for some, they even got a chance to break out the shorts. We all know those people, right? The first time this year, and it almost felt like overdressing to some.
I am loving it. It's like 50 out basically. Plus these shorts are on fire, so they kind of like they're their own heat source too.
As Gary said, it's not the end of this warm stretch, so if you want to enjoy that brief warm-up, make sure you get out and about and make sure to stay up to date on the weather with our First Warn Forecast weather app. Hourly forecast, road conditions, the latest radar as well. Download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather.
Next tonight at 5, a 50-year-old man is dead after a grain silo that he was working on to demolish partially collapsed on top of him. It happened just outside of Monroe. Just after 8 this morning, first responders were called to the 1500 block of Carno Road. Once they arrived, they found the man was taking down the silo when it collapsed and trapped him, killing him. He was pronounced dead at the scene. An investigation into the collapse is ongoing, and the man's identity has not been released.
In Fitchburg, police are currently searching for someone who robbed the Associated Bank on Fish Hatchery Road yesterday. Just before 10 on Tuesday morning, officers were called to the bank for a holdup alarm. Witnesses told police the suspect entered the bank, demanded cash, then left with an undisclosed amount of money. Police have not provided a description of the suspect. The investigation is ongoing. Anyone with information is urged to contact the Fitchburg Police Department or Madison area Crime Stoppers.
Authorities in Manitowoc County and statewide are continuing their search for the 3-year-old boy who went missing yesterday morning. This is Elijah View. He was last seen in Two Rivers by a caregiver at their residence. He was wearing gray pants, a long-sleeved dark shirt, and shoes with red and green dinosaurs on them. He may also be carrying a red and white plaid blanket. The search efforts are now including state and federal emergency response teams as police, firefighters, and a large number of volunteers conduct a search of the area for Elijah. The family watches in disbelief.
I mean, if they know where he is, we'd love to have him back. Other than that, we're as clueless as everyone else.
Search efforts even extended beyond the city as fire trucks and ATVs searched nearby farmland, and several boats were also launched from the Twin River public access area. If you have any information to help locate Elijah, you're asked to contact Two Rivers Police at 920-686-7200.
Meanwhile, in the state Senate yesterday, lawmakers reached their first hurdle in trying to change how law enforcement notifies the public when a child goes missing. Senators unanimously approved a bipartisan bill that would reform the state's Amber Alert system to include more children. Now, the motivation here comes after the tragic deaths of Lily Peters, a 10-year-old from Chippewa Falls, and 5-year-old Prince McCree from Milwaukee. Police were unable to issue Amber Alerts because Peters and McCree did not meet the state's strict criteria. This bill would change that.
I don't know what the holdup is. I don't know what the issues are, but I'm going to have conversations. Anything that we can do to improve the quickest recovery available to try and retrieve our children if they're in harm's way, I think that's critical.
Now, in order for the bill to reach Governor Evers' desk, it still has to pass the Assembly, and right now the bill's co-authors, Senator LaTanya Johnson and Senator Jesse James, who you just heard from, are working to ensure it gets across the finish line.
Looking ahead at 5, members of Wisconsin's Democratic Party will be in Milwaukee this summer for the 2024 state convention. It will be held on June 8th and 9th at the Potawatomi Casino Hotel. The party is expected to set its 2024 platform and elect members to send to the Democratic National Convention, which will be held in Chicago in August. The state convention comes just a month before the Republican National Convention, which will be held at Fiserv Forum from July 15th through the 18th.
Yesterday, Governor Evers signed a new bill into law giving the top high school class graduates in the state guaranteed opportunities in the UW system.
Our Jalen Banks joins us with what one local school district had to say about this new opportunity. Jalen?
Senate Bill 367, now Wisconsin Act 95, acts as a fast track to UW system admission. It gives students in the top 5% of their graduating class automatic acceptance to UW-Madison, and those in the top 10% of their graduating class automatic admission to all other UW campuses. Governor Evers said in a statement that the UW system is a critical resource for building our next generation of workforce. And speaking with MMSD today, they say this bill may help counselors and educators while working with students.
I would say it just provides a clearer path for our counselors. I think anything that helps support that process to be easier for some students ends up helping all the educators, not just our counselors who work with our seniors, to be able to help more students and help them better.
Evans also says he believes this will help avoid issues and missteps during the application process. For more information on this story, you can find it on our website at channel2000.com.
Jalen, thank you. The Biden administration is canceling an additional $1.2 billion worth of student loan debt. Those who qualify should check their inbox. Natalie Brand has more from Washington.
From a library in Culver City, California, President Biden says he's making good on a campaign promise to take aim at student loan debt.
While a college degree is still a ticket to a better life, that ticket is too expensive. And too many Americans are still saddled with unsustainable debt in exchange for a college degree.
Wednesday's announcement impacts around 153,000 borrowers who will have their remaining debt erased.
And that's life-changing. I no longer have to be forced to choose to work or to settle to simply pay off student loan debt.
The administration emailed those eligible who need to be enrolled in the federal SAVE repayment plan, have been repaying their loans for at least 10 years, and had borrowed $12,000 or less.
The Biden administration says it's working to fix a broken student loan system and working on an alternative plan after the Supreme Court blocked the president's program to cancel debt for more than 40 million borrowers.
There are millions of folks that are left to wait.
Aisa Banyas of the Student Borrower Protection Center says while the administration's actions to date help, the root of the problem still needs to be addressed.
We need to see that same urgency from folks in Congress. And then I think we need to see the system overall we need it to be much easier for folks to navigate.
In the meantime, she advises borrowers to do their research and determine whether one of the newer income-driven repayment plans, such as SAVE, could reduce their monthly payments. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Adding in this latest round of canceled debt, the Biden administration says it approved loan relief for nearly 3.9 million borrowers through executive action.
And for those students who have hit a bit of a roadblock filling out their federal financial aid forms for the 24-25 school year, there is now a workaround. Roughly 2% of FAFSA applicants have not been able to complete their financial aid forms because their parents don't have Social Security numbers. But the immigration status of these students' parents should not be a barrier. That's according to a U.S. representative. The Education Department says it's a glitch among a few other glitches in the system. It's working to fix the problem. In the meantime, students can now at least fill out the form and actually submit it as incomplete until the issue is fully resolved sometime next month. And still to come, Gary's back. A complete look at his first warm forecast and the warm weather and sun sticking around for most of it.
Plus, how Madison Gas and Electric is trying to harness the sun to reach a goal of being carbon neutral. We'll show you its new 6-megawatt solar grid in Fitchburg next.
And a mixed day of trading on Wall Street. The Dow adds more than 48 points, but the Nasdaq closed down 50. S&P 500 adds 6, and we'll be right back.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you quality name brand workwear and footwear because we get you. From the farm to the job site to your own backyard, we have great deals on your favorite rugged styles for spring. Right now, earn $50 in Carhartt bucks when you spend $200 on Carhartt gear. Men's Wrangler 5-star jeans, buy one, get one half price. And while you're in for workwear, save on new resealable bags of Blaine's mixed nuts or cashews, just $16.99. We get you what you need because we get you at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
We are Dane County. We are Madison, McFarland, Sun Prairie. We are Wanakee, Stoughton, Middleton, Deerfield, and everywhere in between. We are committed to being unique in supporting the value when families share the memories of family and friends at the loss of a loved one. We are Crest Funeral and Cremation Service. More than just a funeral home, we are the people you know and trust to help families before, during, and after the loss of a loved one. Learn more at crestfuneralservice.com.
For the second year in a row, Chevy Equinox has been ranked by J.D. Power #1 in new vehicle quality for compact SUVs. In other words, it's really good, right from the start. Chevy Equinox.
Do that again.
Connected by OnStar.
Qualified lessees can get this Equinox for around $269 a month.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Sockberry Healthcare is here to help. To help with your shoulder pain,
your knee injury, that hip that bothers you,
with your foot or ankle pain.
We focus on quality.
We focus on results.
And take time to listen.
So that your care is the best care. For you.
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 For you. We're here for you.
Sauk Prairie Healthcare Orthopedics. Listening, healing, caring. It's in our nature.
Watch the Bucks return to broadcast TV when they take on the T-Wolves on your new local home for select Bucks games. Don't miss a second of the action as the Greek Freak heads to Minnesota to tangle with one of the top teams in the West. It's a Twin Cities showdown. Bucks, T-Wolves on your new local home for select Milwaukee Bucks games. Friday at 9 here on WISC TV3.
Coming up at 6, with only a few days left before 100 Janesville families are evicted from their homes, we talk next steps. Tonight on News 3 Now at 6, moving forward in Janesville.
Thursday at 10, an award-worthy idea started the family business. Now they're going the extra mile to give back.
It's a win-win for everyone.
I'll show how you can help them do something good with the old trophies stashed in your basement. Thursday at 10, moving forward.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5, moving forward.
Welcome back. Today, Dane County took a step closer towards its goal of becoming carbon neutral by the end of the decade. At Tyto Solar today, Madison Gas and Electric displayed its new fully operational and carbon-free energy distribution grid. This 6-megawatt solar panel will deliver energy to all MG&E Electric customers. It's located in Fitchburg along Irish Lane. The project will use bifacial solar panels. That means they can produce energy from both sides as they track the sun throughout the day, continuing to strive for the goal of zero carbon emissions.
Exciting for us as a company, you know, as we work, and we know that the more of these projects that we do, you know, the closer we're getting to those goals, that 80% reduction in carbon emissions by 2030, net zero carbon electricity by 2050, you know, so it's exciting.
Now, the new panels will be able to generate enough electricity to power about 1,400 households per year. Well, let's get a look at your first warn forecast. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti joining us, and the warm weather at least what, through tomorrow, Gary?
At least through tomorrow, yeah. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Look for very mild temperatures for tomorrow and for Sunday. Both of those days seeing high temperatures in the 50s. However, we're going to look at near record warmth for Monday and Tuesday of next week, with temperatures near 60 on Monday and probably in the lower 60s on Tuesday. It'll be dry through next Monday, and then the last half of next week, all of our precipitation pretty much concentrated in the Tuesday, Wednesday time frame, and even that is looking a little more iffy now. But there will be chances for some showers and thunderstorms Tuesday into Tuesday evening, and then those showers could mix with some snow late Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. I'm not looking for any accumulation at that time. But take a look at the high temperature trend. 57 tomorrow, but a big drop in temperatures down to 35 on Friday with nearly steady temperatures through the day. That's about where our temperature should be this time of year. So it'll seem very cold, but again, we've been spoiled with the mild weather. Up to 39 on Saturday, then back into the 50s on Sunday. Monday and Tuesday, we're flirting with record high temperatures. We drop again for Wednesday and Thursday after that storm system passes. And guess what? Temperatures go right back up. It looks like we could be close to 60 by the end of next weekend. Now, as we take a look at the records for early next week, early morning low won't be a problem. We're going to be well below the record low, record warm low of 43, but the high temperature of 59, very close to the record high of 61 set back in 2000. And for Tuesday, I think we have a really good chance of breaking records, and by a significant margin. 47 is my forecast overnight low temperature. The record warm low temperature for that date is 38 degrees, set back in 1895. So we could break it by almost 10 degrees. And take a look at the record high temperature, 63. The record high is 58. That would be a 5-degree difference, which you normally don't see with all the weather records that we have here. The severe weather threat right now looks to be a little bit less as we head into Tuesday. We'll still see mild southeasterly winds starting on Monday. As we take a look at future track, by midnight, those winds out of the south, upper level winds from the west. We've got the wind shear there, but the one thing we're lacking is moisture. Notice the future track computer model shows the first batch of showers staying to our south and east. The second batch either forming late in the afternoon or more likely to our south and east. So while we have the wind shear, by the time we start to get precipitation around here, the winds start to shift to the north, and then by late on Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning, it's possible there could even be a few flakes of snow mixing in with the showers at that point. So again, the severe weather threat hopefully will stay away for Tuesday. Otherwise, planning your night tonight, look for cloudy skies to keep temperatures up. 41 degrees at 9 p.m. here in Madison, down to 37 by midnight. Temperatures mainly in the upper 30s. By 3 a.m., middle 30s across southern Wisconsin. Look for overnight low temperatures in the lower to middle 30s. Planning your night here in Dane County, look for a low of 36 in Mount Horeb, 34 in Sun Prairie, and 34 in Deerfield. Rest of southern Wisconsin, 39 in Janesville, 34 Lone Rock, and down to 29 in Camp Douglas. Tomorrow, look for partly sunny skies. Another very mild day with a high temperature of 57. Record high for tomorrow is 68. That's the warmest we've ever been in Madison in February. But the first warned 7 to 10 day forecast. Again, that big drop in temperatures for Friday to back to near normal. But then those temperatures warm right back up. Again, flirting with records Monday and Tuesday. Shower thunderstorm chance Tuesday into Tuesday evening, mixing with a little bit of snow before ending early on Wednesday morning. We'll actually see some clearing Wednesday afternoon. A little chilly for Thursday, and then those temperatures warm right back up at the end of next week. As we check out first warned traffic right now, much better situation today than yesterday. We had a big backup on the eastbound Beltline. Right now, we're seeing traffic moving pretty much the posted speed limits on the Beltline, as well as I-39, 90, 94 on the east side of Madison. Right now, a 15-minute trip either way on the Beltline between University Avenue and I-39, 90. Sun Prairie to downtown will take you 17 minutes today. Going back outbound on that trip, it'll take you 19 minutes. 17 minutes from Middleton to Sauk City and US 12, and I-39, 90 from the Beltline to Janesville takes you 25 minutes. That's your News 3 Now first warned traffic.
All right, Gary, just ahead, Americans have been piling up debt since the pandemic. Now there are even new ways to buy more stuff, adding even more debt as people try to juggle inflation. That's next at 5.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Save big money right now. Menards is the one-stop shop for everything you need. Get a truckload of savings on items you need every day for everyone in your household. We have it all from big to small and everything in between. Keep your entire home neat and tidy with our great selection of Libman cleaning supplies. This precise angle broom will help you reach under cabinets and tight corners. Only $9.99 each.
Save big money at Menards.
I'm Jonathan Lawson, here to tell you about life insurance through the Colonial Penn program. If you're age 50 to 85 and looking to buy life insurance on a fixed budget, remember the 3 Ps.
The 3 what?
The 3 Ps.
What are the 3 Ps?
The 3 Ps of life insurance on a fixed budget are price, price, and price. A price you can afford, a price that can't increase, and a price that fits your budget.
I'm 54 and was a smoker, but quit. What's my price?
You can get coverage for $9.95 a month.
I'm 65, retired, and take medications. What's my price?
Also $9.95 a month.
I just turned 80 and I'm on a fixed income. What's my price?
$9.95 a month for you too. If you're age 50 to 85, call now about the #1 most popular whole life insurance plan available through the Colonial Penn program. Options start at $9.95 a month. That's less than 35 cents a day. You cannot be turned down because of your health. No medical exam, no health questions. Your acceptance is guaranteed. And this plan has a guaranteed lifetime rate lock, so your rate can never go up for any reason. Options start at $9.95 a month. Plus, you get a 30-day money-back guarantee. So call now for free information, and you'll also get this free beneficiary planner. Use this valuable guide to record your important information and give helpful direction to your loved ones with your final wishes. And it's yours free, just for calling. So call now for free information.
Call 1-800-914-3131 for your free information and your free gift. That's 1-800-914-3131. There's no risk or obligation. 1-800-914-3131. Call now.
Don't delay. The Brothers Maine President's Day sale is happening now. Save store-wide on top brands like Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, and Amana. We have the area's largest selection and lowest prices guaranteed. Feel like family. Brothers, Maine.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Readers Poll for 2024. Vote for the Best of Madison online today, including Roth Cheese for Best Cheese Producer. Vote for Roth Cheese and all your favorites on MadisonMagazine.com.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Moving forward.
Americans have been leaning on credit cards since the pandemic.
And more consumers have also turned to what are called buy now, pay later loans to sidestep rising interest rates. Karen Kafa is in Washington with what households can do to keep up with what they owe.
This week, Capital One announced a $35.3 billion deal to acquire Discover Financial Services. If approved, more changes could be on the way for Americans who have leaned on credit cards since the pandemic amid inflation and higher interest rates. With collective credit card debt over $1 trillion, the Federal Reserve Bank of New York has also been looking at the boom in buy now, pay later installment loans, which allow consumers to make short-term installment payments on travel, concert tickets, apparel, and more without incurring interest. Their research found Americans who are already facing some financial troubles use these offerings more often, with the majority using them 5 or more times a year. Because of the lack of data and formal regulation around buy now, pay later, or BNPL loans, Odysseus Papadimitriou, CEO of the personal finance company Wallet Hub, worries that lenders don't have a comprehensive look at how much a household owes.
A lot of these lenders do not have, even the mainstream lenders, even the credit card companies do not have a good picture of what's going on with an individual customer.
That puts more responsibility on consumers to keep track of what they owe, from credit cards to BNPL. Experian recommends a budgeting app to keep it all in one place, setting up auto pay to avoid missing due dates and paying off BNPL loans early, if possible. In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
The Mega Millions jackpot has passed the $500 million mark for the first time in a year. The next drawing on Friday offers an estimated $525 million payout. It's a very nice prize for the investment of a ticket that only costs $2. Mega Millions now holds the distinction of being the only lottery game to have awarded 5 different jackpots of more than $1 billion. Tickets are sold in 45 states, including Wisconsin, along with D.C. and the Virgin Islands. We'll have a final check of your first one forecast in just a moment.
Hey, Wayne, shopping for a new door?
I sure am.
This fiberglass door is really strong. We love ours. Do you need something more dependable?
Yes, something that's durable, dent resistant, knows how to take a hit, and is going to last for years.
We're still talking about the door, right?
Oh, yeah, right, of course.
Right now, you can customize your home for 0% interest for up to 60 months when you place your order by February 23rd. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Pick and Save always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Pick and Save app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
We went to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison last night.
I don't really get how the jackpots work.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison actually has had multiple million-dollar winners.
There are linked progressive slot machines at the same casino where local players increase the jackpot amount.
And a standalone progressive jackpot increases when a player plays on an individual machine that isn't linked to any other machine. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison. More ways to win. Find your perfect jackpot.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Imagine trying to take on one of the big car companies. It's not easy. Yet this year, one local law firm finalized the largest compensatory verdict in state history against an automaker, over $38 million. And it was no fluke. That same firm has been holding big car companies accountable for faulty designs that cause injury for over 50 years. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
Your logo can identify your company, inspire your customers, and energize your team. We're 4imprint, and we can help your logo create moments that matter. Explore thousands of promotional products at 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain. Can your roof handle our Wisconsin winters? If you're tired of repairing leaks and replacing shingles after each storm, call us, the metal experts at Sweeto Metal Roofing.
Sweeto Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Bucks return to broadcast TV when they take on the T-Wolves on your new local home for select Bucks games. Don't miss a second of the action as the Greek Freak heads to Minnesota to tangle with one of the top teams in the West. It's a Twin Cities showdown. Bucks, T-Wolves on your new local home for select Milwaukee Bucks games. Friday at 9 here on WISC TV3.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, our Health Watch looks at why Americans are struggling to afford insulin, even after the White House capped prices for some patients. What one family is doing to get the life-saving medication for their daughter. That and more headlines tonight here on the CBS Evening News.
And coming up tonight at 6, UW-Platteville will soon be offering online classes on cannabis. Why the school is teaching students about the industry coming up next in the next half hour.
And Gary's back. One final check of the forecast.
Very nice out there right now. Live view from the WISC-TV Skycam. Skies are clouding up. Every once in a while, we see a little break in the clouds there. Same thing with the Platteville Queen Bee Radio Skycam. There are a few sprinkles out to the west of Grant County. You can see them showing up on Doppler track across northeastern portions of Iowa, just west of the Mississippi River. They might impact areas south of Platteville, but if anything does reach the ground, it's going to be very brief and very light. But those temperatures, unusually mild. 55 right now in Madison, 54 degrees in Janesville. Temperatures in the 50s through all of southern Wisconsin. Here in Dane County, 55 Verona, 55 in Waunakee, 56 current temperature in Sauk City. Those temperatures only dropping to about 40 by late evening as skies become mostly cloudy. It looks like it'll be very mild again tomorrow.
All right, we'll be back in 30 minutes for more updates on News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News.